Oh, wow, they really just vanish. Huh? Oh, that's rude.
And yet, when it was all over, why was the only one thinking, why are people clapping? Going into this movie, I'd already accepted more than a few facts. Much like a Jew who has to sit through the New Testament, I knew that the story would be brighter and lighter and much more of an emphasis on humor and entertaining in regards to how it affects the tone and context of the story. And after much drinking and in consideration, I have finally deduced why I don't really buy this movie. And I think it's because I do not know whose movie this is. I don't know. Can you tell me? This is my worst fears realize that isn't, of course, being set on fire by a mob of angry women who I have somehow wronged in some kind of way. I said long ago that if I walk out of a DC film, something like I saw the next Marvel film, I'm gonna be super pissed. I'm not quite at that level of rage. Drinky. But I'm also not fucking drawing rainbows and unicorns either, as you can tell. This entire fucking channel was launched from the fact that DC and Marvel are fundamentally different from each other and completely separate oddities. And much like a wife and a mistress, the two shall never fucking meet. Say what you will about DC, but DC has never fucking been scared to be its own thing. They have the balls to fucking level a city or kill the hero or snap someone's fucking neck. And you know what? That does take big balls, and I respect the shit out of that. And I guess we'll never really know what would have been Zack Snyder's true vision for this film because of the terrible tragedy that he suffered in his family. So in regards to that, as we wrap up this movie, it's just this movie goes way too fucking fast. There's not a fucking framed word of exposition, and there's just humor in places where it does not belong. That's just too many cooks in the fucking director's chair. That's of course that the jokes aren't funny or they don't land, but come on. Batman doesn't make fucking jokes. Anyone who's ever read a Batman comic book understands that Bruce Wayne has no sense of fucking humor. And I think that my next biggest problem, of course, is how they handled Superman. Its core, supposedly, because everyone from the writers to the cast have told us that this, of course, is a Superman movie for Superman fans.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
He's as important to this movie as Luke Skywalker was to The Force Awakens. I know, it sounds arbitrary, but if you're gonna build an entire movie universe based around the fact that Superman's greatest gift to the world isn't just saving people, but making them see the best parts of themselves, then you have to follow the fuck through with that. Seriously. The way and manner in which they bring Superman back to life, all I'm gonna say is that it would have made more sense if they resurrected Superman with fucking Dragon Balls.
One particle of unobtainium has a nuclear reaction with the flux capacitor. Carry the two, changing its atomic isotoner into a radioactive spider. Fuck you, science!
You know what pisses me off the most is just that his return really carries no real weight. And for a death and return of Superman storyline, that really fucking sucks. Because he's less like a beacon of hope and more like a plot device just so he can come back and solve the problems that humanity can't because, well, they fucking killed him.
Kuruzo.
You see? Anything like that. But no. Just zombie Superman. Not even a black suit. Or a mullet. Fuck me, right? It sounds like I really don't like this movie. I do. There's more than just a bit to really like. but I just wish that it was different. Because the team is great, but that's all I really have to say about that. I'm not here to repeated gibberish of the internet you've heard 1,000 times over. I'm here to tell you what I think. And what I think is I want to see where a real story and writing can take them. Unless, of course, that writing and story is provided by Chris Terrio. I'm sorry. I cannot give this guy any more fucking passes. I'm fucking out of passes. Because while the writing on BVS was very hit and miss, JL, the writing for Justice League is so fucking cookie cutter by the number bullshit that I don't know whether Chris Terrio should be forced into rehab for people who are addicted to painkillers or fucking open a bakery for people who are addicted to painkillers.
And when the drugs stopped numbing the pain, the sex became even more violent.
He wrote Argo! What the fuck happened? And fuck that villain. Look, DC, if you're gonna fucking lord it over Marvel that, oh, we have the best villains, and while I do agree, you have to fucking show us one, not fucking Darkseid's fucking errand boy. Go all in. Fuck it.
Betty. Or... You're right, Teddy. The ace didn't help me. I flopped the nut straight.
A bit more that I can say, but I don't want to spoil the big stuff, and I certainly don't want to be disparaging. Go see it before Batfleck fucking finally calls it quits. But there are a lot of Easter eggs and world building that goes on that's actually quite wonderful, and as a fanboy, it does give me hope, in spite of wanting to find out exactly where Dan Elfman lives so I can kick his ass.
Fuck Jay and Silent Bob. Fuck them and their stupid asses?
Yeah, a while ago. So?
How many people wanna kick some ass? How many people sick of holding it?
Because of that, I'm saying it's not time to panic. So to you, DC, relax, take it easy. You're still young, and that is your fault. But there's just so much that you have to know. Find a tone. Settle down. If you want, give the writers just the right amount of drugs that'll keep them shaky, but true. And I know it's not easy to become Marvel's rival. Just take your time. Think a lot. Way more than you did with this fucking plot. And then give it everything you got. Because you may be back tomorrow, but your fans may not. I have to go away. I have to go.
And that was the Christmas I would never forget. Until I went home and had like 50 beers and did forget. But only after I screamed myself into a blackout while my whole family held me down. Merry Christmas.